Santi, guitarist, EXORDIUM MORS. Gotta say thank you first of all, Dethrone Records and viewers, for your interest in the band. Where are we? How are we doing? We're in New Zealand. I suppose we're doing okay. We're not doing too bad considering everything. In the light of this Wuhan virus, it is what it is. Whoever thought that this would happen in our lifetime, and like everyone else really, we just have to do what we have to do and see how it all goes. New music that I've been listening to, from releases from this year, that'll definitely be Winter Deluge, their EP Degradation Renewal, which is out on Osmos. Winter Deluge are a New Zealand black metal band who are good friends of ours. Excellent songwriting, excellent musicians, excellent people all around. The kind of people that we need in metal in the present day, if you know what I mean. Another band that really does it for me is Hail Spirit Noir from Greece. Some very different songs over there, different songwriting, different style, and I don't take this lightly when I say it, but I call them the present day Pink Floyd. It's really that good. For death metal, one thing from this year that's really done it for me is Archaic Vanity, a young band from Turkey. They've got a 3-song EP called Deformed and Disfigured. Check it out. Great songwriting, great technical playing, and when I mean technical with a purpose and not just fucking wankery or showing off or some whatever bullshit. They know what they're doing and they write great songs with it too. Terrestrial Hospice from Poland. The album is called Indian Summer Brought Mushroom Clouds. Fucking excellent. Some very old school Darkthrone vibe there. Other recent stuff that I've gotten into, there's Nefarash from Sweden. The album is entitled Shamha Nefarash. Spite from the United States. The album is entitled Anti-Mosiach. Order of the Ebon Hand from Greece. Diabolizer from Turkey. Hell Sodomy from Turkey. Other than that, I've been listening to a lot of Grand Belial's Key again. Been listening to quite a lot of Rotting Christ. And been listening to quite a bit of Darkthrone and Marduk. The name of the band, EXORDIUM MORS. The first time I saw that name was on a flyer for a gig back in Manila. This would have been around 1995 or very early 1996. That gig was a gig that was held at Club Dread on EDSA, and some of the bands that were on the bill, if I remember correctly, were Kabang ni Kamatayan, Barang, Penetralia, Amokras, Dethrone, Mass Carnage. If I remember correctly anyway, it's been more than 20 years. Anyhow, when I was living here already in New Zealand in the early 2000s, and I was wanting to form a band, I remembered the name, obviously. I liked the sound of the name, I liked what it meant, and when I met Black Morton, the other guitar player, I suggested the name once we had a few songs down and once we had Scourge on vocals. I suppose they liked the name too, and it stuck. and here we are, 16 years later. As for your question, what's the band now? The band's still the same, you know, as we've always been. We're a metal band, through and through. Current lineup is myself on guitar, Black Mordom on guitar, Scourge on vocals, Assailant on bass, and CJS on drums.
This video is sponsored by JAHP Sticker Label. Contact their Facebook page or at 099583687744 for your sticker and other printing needs. Use the promo code to avail special discounts.
Pre-gig rituals. The truth is we don't have those, especially for a band that's on our level. If we were a big band and we were playing an actual concert where there was, what, maybe 20 or 15 minutes between our set and the opening act, then I suppose we could afford to have rituals or whatever. But reality for us and a lot of bands is you get there to the gig, you put your equipment where it's supposed to go, you sit around, you watch the other bands play if they're playing before you, and when it's time for you to go on, you bring your gear to the stage and start setting up. That's all there is to it. Our lyrical concepts. I don't actually know the details of that because it's Scourge who writes the bulk of our lyrics. Admittedly, I have written lyrics for a couple songs, but like I said, other than that, it's completely the vocalist in our band who does the lyrics. You are right that our lyrics do run the gamut from mythology, death, or the concept of death, and questioning religion as well. One thing that I do like quite a bit, and resonates with me on a very personal level as well with Scourge's lyrics, is the concept of what I'll call the Promethean spirit. What do I mean by that? In Greek mythology, Prometheus was the titan who stole fire from the gods, and basically was saying, why is it that the gods should be over us? In the same way that in Hebrew mythology, or in the Bible, or Hebrew mythos, when the Godhead created so-called Adam, Lucifer asked the question, why should I and the angels, sons of fire, bow down and worship a son of clay? It's an all-encompassing concept that's been around in the human experience forever. That of those who will question, who will seek knowledge, and be forever branded as rebels, if you like. And it's something that's intrinsic to metal as well. Other lyrical concepts that we might explore in the future? Well, who knows? That's Scourge's job. I do have an idea in mind, though, which I call the Wings of Icarus. And the whole idea there is that this time, instead of the sun prevailing against Icarus, it's Icarus who prevails.
See yourself.
Songwriting process. You have a very good question there. How do you know when a song is done? You just do. You simply just do. It feels right, and you feel the song's completed. There have been times where we'll be working on a song for months on end, and it's just not happening, no matter what we do. But as we continue working on it, the day will come where just all meshes together and it's exactly what we want. There are other times where we'll sit down for a jam one afternoon or one evening, and within the space of an hour, a song's done, and we're absolutely happy with the thing. And you just can't predict it when a song is gonna come, or when you know that the song is what it is and what it should be. Something I've said in other interviews before, and it is true, is that there have been times where we've had songs that are completed and we've had them for quite some time already, but one day come back to those songs and we're just not happy with anything about it, and so they get discarded. Some of the riffs from those old songs might end up reused again in what eventually become songs that we keep. Other times, riffs or ideas just get forgotten, which I suppose, says it all. That, said riffs and ideas that are forgotten were just not good enough.
This video is sponsored by Stabbed by Lilith Piercing. Hurry, get your dream piercings and avail our promo. Get 3 piercings for the price of 999 pesos on 2 ear piercings and 1 face piercing of your choice. Our shop is located in Malinday, Marikina City near South Supermarket and Robinson's Supermarket. We are available for walk-in customers from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. and home service as well. Check now our piercing rates.
We were first contacted by Transcending Obscurity Records back in 2016, and they offered us a deal where we still got to keep the rights to our songs, something that's very important to us. And yeah, the thing with Transcending Obscurity Records is that they do have a very wide distribution network. Plus, the guy who runs the label is a straight-up guy, and he's got a very wide or eclectic, if you like, taste in metal. Just look at the roster and you'll find bands of all different styles there. So, we saw that as a good sign. One other thing that I noticed is that the audience that he reaches seems to be an audience that doesn't normally get reached by all the usual underground or so-called underground labels, nor does it get reached by bigger labels like Nuclear Blast or Century Media or Metal Blade or whoever. What are my top 10 favorite metal albums of all time? That's an impossible question, mainly because 10's not enough at all. And I was actually talking to a friend recently about this, and even for particular bands, I cannot choose top albums. Case in point, Iron Maiden. My favorite albums are the first 7. I can't choose one favorite one, and those first 7 are inseparable. They constitute an era for the band, where they were just at the top of their game, at their peak, and they were gods, simple as that. Another case in point would be Merciful Fate. How do you choose between Don't Break the Oath and Melissa, because those two albums may as well be one album. You can't have one without the other. Dissection, Storm of the Light's Bane, The Somberlane, and even Rain Chaos, even though Rain Chaos is from a completely different era and sounds very different from The Somberlane and Storm of the Light's Bane. You've got to have all three. On the flip side, there are bands whose best songs were not even on the albums. Destroyer 666 is such a band. Their best songs are on their singles and on their EPs. There are bands where certain eras have certain albums that can't be separated from each other. The first three, Judas Priest, Rock'n'Rolla, Sad Wings, Sin After Sin. You can't separate those three. And then the following era comes with Stained Class and Killing Machine or Hellbent for Leather. You can't separate those two either. My current setup. So I play a Kramer Striker 500 ST, which is equipped with bare knuckle pickups on the bridge and on the neck position. I play that through a Moore G200 that acts as a preamp and an effects module for me. And my amp is a PV VK100 into an Ashton 4x12 half stack. Thank you once again to Dethrone Records and to you, the viewers, for your interest in the band. We will be releasing our second album later this year or in early 2021 on Transcending Obscurity Records. If you haven't heard our previous work yet, do check it out on our Bandcamp, EXORDIUMMORS.bandcamp. And yeah, we hope to see you on the road in the not too distant future once this Wuhan virus is all gone and done and dusted. Till then, hails.